Good day, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we break down the charts every single week. In today's video, I'm going to talk about my ultimate crypto portfolio for 2024 and the portfolio that I would build if I was starting in crypto today. But before we get into that, I do just want to mention that we have absolutely been killing these markets, guys. So in my last video, I actually called the top of the Bitcoin ETF as a silver news event. And ever since then, the markets have actually gone down. So we've absolutely been nailing this call. So make sure to stay tuned, guys. Now, guys, the way I'm going to break this portfolio up is into a few different categories. And the first category I'm going to have is going to be 30% in ISO 20022 coins. So these are your utility coins that are going to be part of the new ISO 20022 standard that's been implemented. So the standard's replacing the SWIFT system for international transfers, and these are the coins that are most likely going to be part of the new financial system. Now, out of these three coins here, my top three picks would be XRP, XLM, HBAR, and Quant. So these coins are revolutionizing finance. So XRP is focused on cross-border payments. HBAR is your layer one. Quant is focused on interoperability and connecting all of these different coins together. So all of these coins have massive use cases and are extremely undervalued at the moment. And this is why it's going to take up the biggest percentage of my portfolio at 30%. Now, as well, I do really like Casper as well, focused on business and enterprise. But I would probably just grab a handful of these coins, depending on what you like. You could shuffle it around. For me, out of all of the ISO 20022 compliant coins, my picks would be XRP, HBAR, Quant, and I might go maybe a little bit of Algo or Casper, depending on how much money you have to invest in your portfolio. Now, guys, taking up 20% of the portfolio, this is going to be your layer ones and your layer two cryptos. So, out of all of the layer ones at the moment, the one I like the most is Internet Computer Protocol, or ICP for short. So, what it does is it's essentially building a decentralized version of the web. And what I like about ICP is the technology is actually amazing. I would argue that ICP is the best technology out of any blockchain that's out today. And one thing I also like about this coin is if you actually have a look at the chart for ICP, actually, let's bring the chart up. Now, guys, one of the things I like about ICP's chart is if you actually have a look, since the launch, it actually dropped massively in price. Now, this was actually from market manipulation from FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried, artificially pumping the price up a lot higher than it should have been on launch, and then shorting and dumping on investors when the project did get launched. Now, what I like about that is it actually, because the chart looks so terrible for ICP, it's actually stopped a lot of people from investing in this coin since it has such great technology. And this is one of the reasons why I believe it's actually really undervalued right now. Because think about any newbie investor getting into the market and looking at this chart, that's going to scare them away. But we know the technology, we know what ICP is building. So when you have great fundamentals, you're not going to be scared off by something like this. And a lot of newbie investors don't understand this and would actually stay away from ICP for that reason. But that's one of the reasons why I do believe it is quite undervalued at the moment and why it is actually my top layer one for this next bull run. Now, guys, as well as layer ones, we also want to get some layer two cryptos. So the Ethereum network it's not slow, but it's expensive. I don't know if you've ever tried to do an Ethereum transaction, but the gas fees absolutely chew up your money. I think I paid like 25, 30 like USD just the other day for just a simple transaction. Layer 2s built on Ethereum solve these issues. So right now, Polygon Matic is the leader in the space, has massive partnerships with Disney and all of these other big name players. However, Polygon Matic's market cap is still ginormous compared to a lot of other layer twos. And this is why I actually like Arbitrum and Optimism. Now, if you actually have a look, Arbitrum is one of the top coins for total value locked on the network. And the Arbitrum ecosystem has been absolutely exploding, which is why it would be my pick out of a bunch for the layer twos. I like Matic, but it's already really expensive, and I'd rather go for something a bit cheaper that's going to offer a bit more value and have better potential gains. Now, Optimism I like as well, but out of the two, I think Arbitrum is the better out of the two. Now, guys, making up 20% of my portfolio is going to be AI coins. So, artificial intelligence has been one of the biggest narratives of 2023, and that narrative is going to continue into 2024 as well. And if you look historically at previous bull runs, the narratives that were hot during the early stages were actually the best performers during the bull run. And this is why I believe that AI is going to continue and it's going to be one of the best performing narratives that we do see. Now, what AI projects do I like? Well, out of the large cap projects, I really like BitTensor Tau and Render. So guys, BitTensor Tau is an AI model that allows all AI models to communicate with each other, and these models end up growing and learning together in a massive decentralized framework. So it's essentially machine learning models that are trained collaboratively and are rewarded in their token Tau according to the informational value that they offer. So out of the large caps, BitTensor Tau is probably the coin that I'm the most bullish on at the moment. Now, if you want some lower cap AI altcoins, I like Orion Chain and Power AI. So guys, Power AI is essentially the ChatGPT of crypto. It's the massive decentralized trading bot, which pretty much helps you with any of your crypto like trading or transactions. So this coin's been generating massive revenue and it's had massive hype as well. It's also been a part of the NVIDIA startup program as well, and they've got quite a few big partnerships as well. So that's a project that I'm just really bullish on for the long term, and just AI as a whole, I think is a narrative that's going to absolutely take off. Now, guys, taking up 15% of the portfolio, we've got my small cap gems. Now, I'm actually going to keep these private, but if you want access to these coins, you can actually purchase them for only $149 and get my top 10 picks for 2024. These are the coins that I believe are going to be the most profitable and make you the most amount of money in this next bull run. Now, the majority of the gains in your portfolio are actually going to come from this category because this is where we're going to get those 50, 100, 200x returns from these small cap gems, all with sub $100 million market caps that have the potential to absolutely explode in this next bull run. Now, with 5% of the portfolio, we've got oracles. Now, I would never build a portfolio without including an oracle. Now, the first one that probably comes to most people's mind is Chainlink. And what an oracle does is it essentially provides the real world data to all of these different blockchains and smart contracts. So a lot of smart contracts wouldn't be able to run without the data that these oracles are providing to them. Now, Chainlink is obviously the leader in this space, but if you want a bit of a small cap gem, I also like API free. It's ranked around, I believe, 2 to 250 for market cap. So I believe it is like around that 100 mil market cap at the moment. So it is quite small and it's likely going to outperform Chainlink and get you better returns if you do want something with a bit of a smaller market cap. Now, guys, taking up 5% as well, we've got file storage. So the two coins I like for this is Filecoin and Arweave. Now, file storage is going to be massive in the future because think about how much data is going to be needed to be able to be stored on the blockchain. Now, Filecoin and Arweave, they're solving these problems where for a small fee, you can actually store your data on the blockchain so that it can never be erased. It will be permanently there, if that makes sense. So I like Arweave out of the two coins because it has a smaller market cap and I think it has a better product where I believe Filecoin, you have to pay a subscription to be able to keep your data stored on the blockchain, whereas Arweave, sorry, it's only a one-time payment, and then the data can be stored on the blockchain permanently forever. Now, guys, making up the last 5% of this portfolio, we've got meme coins. Now, the reason I have meme coins on this list is because I know that we're gonna see another meme season. It's happened every cycle. We had a massive meme season in the last bull run, and in April, April of last year, we also saw meme coins absolutely take off, and it's gonna happen again. So you want to be positioned in a few meme coins because they're gonna run, and when they do, it's always explosive. Now, personally, I like investing in meme coins that one have big communities, but two, you're also building utility. So one of the things I like about Shiba Inu, for example, is they have a lot of different utilities that they're building. They've got Shibarium, which is their layer one blockchain. They've got Shiba Swap, which is burning Shiba Inu on every single transaction. They're also working on creating their own metaverse as well, the Shibaverse, and they're just building utility. And Shiba Inu, it's been building so much that it's almost not even a meme coin anymore because it's actually doing a lot of different things. Now, another one is like as well, this is a bit of a smaller cap one for you guys, and this is Vault Inu. So they have the first ever decentralized swap where it actually burns Vault Inu, but it also burns whatever token is being swapped on it as well, making them both deflationary. So it's the first ever deflationary swap. They've also got their Vault Inu card as well, and they're working on a number of other projects as well. I haven't really kept up to date with everything they're doing, but I know they are working on a lot of stuff as well. And Vault Inu as well has a big community, and they're also building a lot of utility, which is why I like these coins. Not a big fan of Dogecoin just because of the tokenomics. They're not great. There's so many Dogecoin being mined. I'm just not a big fan of it. I do own some Doge because I do believe there is a possibility of Elon Musk integrating Dogecoin into Twitter and using that for payments. But I don't want to base my financial decision on what Elon Musk decides to do because at the end of the day, it's all speculative, and I would rather invest in something that is building utility. But guys, that's pretty much my ultimate portfolio for 2024. Now, you could make a few changes to this portfolio. If you wanted to take a bit more risk and potentially make a lot more gains, you could actually increase the small cap gems to around 20 to 25% and maybe drop the ISO 20022 or the layer 1 and 2s 5% if you did want to take a bit more risk. But guys, if I was making a portfolio today, this is the portfolio that I would make that would get me the best returns in the next bull run. We've got our safe picks, we've got our risky picks, we've got our AI, which is going to be our narrative play. We've pretty much covered every single narrative in this portfolio. The only narrative I haven't covered is gaming coins. And the reason I haven't added gaming coins into my portfolio is because, if I'm going to be honest, the gaming sector is not my strongest area in crypto. I'm not going to lie to you guys and pretend like I'm an expert on gaming coins because it is probably my weakness. And it is an area that I do need to do a bit more research in. But one of the reasons why I have stayed away from gaming is because it can be subjective. So one person could play a game and absolutely love it, and one person could play the same game and think it's absolute garbage, which is why I've kind of stayed away from that area. I'd rather invest in the coins that I know are building utility and that are gonna make money. Whereas gaming coins, the game could blow up and you could make life-changing games, but it could have a bit of hype and then just die down like a lot of games do. So that's why I've avoided gaming in this area. But if you guys wanted, you could add 5% into gaming as well. But guys, this is my ultimate crypto portfolio for 2024. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're interested in purchasing my top 10 picks for 2024, or you're interested in one-on-one coaching, just message me on either Instagram or Twitter. I'll have all the details in the description below. And besides that, I'll see you guys next time.